Hey there, everyone. Excuse me. Hey there, everyone. My name's Andrew. This is Canadian Starships live stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Ken, who's producing for me tonight. Say hi, Ken.
Good evening.
How's it going tonight?
Oh, it's going well. How about you?
Not too bad. Thanks for being willing to help me out tonight, because I'm going to be doing some teeny little bitty tiny stuff tonight.
No problem.
It will be on a big ship, but it's going to be teeny tiny. So, yeah. How's everybody in the chat doing this evening?
Let's see. Trent.
Hi, Trent. How's it going?
And we have Ricardo. He says, hello, Andrew.
Hi, Ricardo.
And he also says hi to Trent. We have Gordon is here.
Hi, Gordon.
And, of course, Jody.
Jody.
And Blair is here as well. Hey, Blair.
Welcome, Blair. How's it going? I have my, oops, wrong way around here. I've got my tea Earl Grey hot. It might be in a different cup tonight, but I wanted something a little bit bigger tonight than the Picard mug. So here we are. We're doing this.
And Steve Martin is here.
Welcome, welcome. So tonight, I was hoping I would have gotten the Greebles done this week, but we had a sick little boy in the house and a bunch of other stuff going on, so I wasn't able to do it. But tonight, we're going to finish up all little Greeblies, and I have cut myself. You probably can't really see. If I angle it in the light just right, you can probably see that there's some stuff on there. But I cut myself a brand new strip of the vinyl Greebles. So we are going to be Greebling tonight. We're going to be Greebling the Enterprise tonight.
All right, then.
Greebling is a proper verb, right? So there we go. What are you up to tonight, Ken? What are you working on while you're producing for me?
Actually, I'm done for the day. I was working on the Reliant today. I got some more of the Aztecing done. I've got the nacelle, the nacelles all done with the Aztecing. And I've started working on the roll bar / weapons pod. But unfortunately, I had all the wires break to all the photon torpedoes. So now I got to reopen that up and reattach those wires. So
reopening it.
Yeah, hopefully it's just I only have to open the roll bar part, not get all the way into the weapons pod.
That's never a fun thing to have to do.
No.
I don't envy you having to open that up. Hey, have you seen my Cardassian neck trick?
Nice.
Odo's not the only one that can do a Cardassian neck trick.
Keith's here.
Hey, Keith. Welcome. And yeah, so we're going to get at it here. I've put my desk cam in a bit of a different orientation, so hopefully it'll be a little easier to see what's going on. It's really hard to capture that thing on an overhead cam because you have to get a camera so far above it. And I've got it attached to the desk so that as I move the desk, the camera moves with it. So it's a bit of a challenge, but hopefully we'll be able to work it so that you can kind of see what I'm working on tonight. That's the goal. We'll see how it works out.
That's going to be my concern too, is having the camera far enough away when it comes to that Excelsior.
Yeah, so that it's not the same kind of a deal when you're working on, say, when you're working on something like this.
Yeah.
Right. So if I switch to the desk cam here, I'm in the wrong screen. If I go to the desk cam here, so this is how I've got it set up. I can't quite get the whole width of the saucer in there, but I mean, this is a different story, right?
Oh, for sure.
Let's see if I can get this centered up there. I mean, that's so much easier to get on camera.
Exactly.
But there's a good size comparison. 1400 saucer compared to the 650 saucer. There's a little bit of a difference. All right. Let's see. What else is there before we get started?
Everybody's saying hello back and forth amongst themselves.
Hello between everybody. back and forth. Whatever. Do you have snow, Ken?
We do now have snow, and sadly, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I had to shovel the driveway today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 'tis that season. Fortunately, most of the paint I'm going to be doing next on this week coming is all going to be acrylics. So it doesn't give me the same issues as the primers and the and this base coat and stuff like that. As far as being now compare it with the one Jody's making. Yeah, I don't have one of those around here. Well, you know what? Here, hold on. You know, you should be able to still hear me because my microphone goes with me. You just won't be able to see me.
We can hear you.
But potentially in a box somewhere. I don't know if you could hear that.
Yes, we could hear rattling parts.
Rattling parts, yeah. Do
you have the same scale of a refit, or?
There's that. Oh, there's a nacelle. There's another nacelle. A secondary hull. That's the wrong ship. Aha! Little bits of stuff here. Hold on. Please hold. Please hold. Please hold.
Even just comparing that 650 Enterprise D to the old school 650 Enterprise TOS.
All right, let's see here. I have some parts. Where'd the other parts go? I know. You can't hear me. I mean, you can hear me, but you can't see what I'm
We can hear
talking
you,
about.
but we can't see you.
Yes. All right. Let's see here. So something in the scale of what Jody has in the 2500.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Right. From when I was a kid. There's a deflector missing. It's in a bag somewhere. This was terrible, the chrome, because you had to like shave things away in order to put it together. But so here's the 2500. Okay. And let me just make sure my mouse is on the right screen here so I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's the 2500. And I mean, I'm missing parts.
There you go. That's the same scale size Jody's working on.
Yeah. This one's in pieces, but so Jody's was the tiny ship stream. Mine's the not quite so tiny ship stream.
Yeah.
And then in the box I also found the third ship in the set, which is also in pieces. The refit.
Yeah.
Of the same scale.
If you move the D over and compare the TOS saucer size to the the bridge area of the 650 Enterprise D, even, yeah, like that's just incredible.
There you go. I'll throw those shiny bits over there.
Trent says we have snow here as well.
Yeah.
He's in Michigan.
Okay.
Jody says, why is your Enterprise so big?
Well, you know, The bigger, the better.
Fat Man Kitchen, I believe that's Tony, says, anything interesting going on? Just tuned in. Well, we just started.
Just getting started. We haven't even moved over to the table yet to get applying the little tiny vinyl thingies. So yeah. So snow here, shoveled the driveway today. We have this is just interesting from a technological viewpoint. We got a free FSD trial on one of our Teslas, and boy, have they come a long way with their FSD, their full self-driving.
Yeah.
I had to do a turn and burn about an hour and 15 minutes each way yesterday to drop my daughter off at my parents' place for the weekend. Some reason she wanted a weekend away from her brother. So a weekend away from her brother. But I got in, sat down, put in the address, hit start self-driving, and I didn't have to touch the steering wheel again until I was parking at my parents' place.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. A small intervention on the way home because it got confused by a traffic light, but all in all, pretty good. Yeah. Is there anything else? New project coming soon, maybe. Not a modeling project, but a new content creation project coming soon.
That's good to hear.
Keep your ears and eyes out for that when it comes. All right. So we are going to get to the bench. And so this is what I printed today on my Cameo 4. You're probably not going to be able to see much on it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see much on it on the other camera, but I will switch over to bench view here, and let's see what you can see. If I bring this up to where the camera is.
Not really able to make out much of anything on there. Just barely. Yeah.
So these are all the little greebles that are going to go on all over the ship. And I'm going to have to move the camera around a fair bit, I think, in order for you to... Oh, that's the wrong movement. So here's...
That's one of the ones you did last week?
The ones I did last week. So here, I'm looking at the screen. Here's one.
And now we can kind of make out the greebles on the sheet.
Oh, right.
And Trent says it looks like Braille.
If I angle this just right, I don't know. But they're just these tiny little panels that are all over this thing. And it's worth putting them on at this scale, I think, because they look they look interesting once they are on. Let me grab a more up close perspective for you here, if I'm able to.
Ricardo was saying both those Ds would make a nice force perspective diorama.
Both of those Ds?
Yep. When you had both Ds out, that was just a comment from earlier.
I see.
Yep. Trent had asked Ricardo how much snow he got, which Ricardo's from, I believe, Mexico. So he said, Trent, the only snow we get down here is in our freezer. Ha, 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 ha.
Just waiting for my camera
to sync up.
There we go. And I might need to reload my camera link here again. I think it's, there we go. All right, so I should be able to show you. One moment, please.
Yeah, now we can really see those greebles.
So there's some of the squares that go on the neck. And then these are teeny tiny little things. And these little circles, these little dots end up just coming up as it's getting cut because they're so tiny. But here's a look at one on the hull. Here's the other one on the hull. And if I go over here, so say like what my screenshot is for my thumbnail, you can see how there's like this here on the neck,
Yep.
these pieces and these squares on the neck. There's one here. There's one right there. Back here. Like they're just all over, and you don't really notice them until you go looking for them. And I've noticed that they're pretty much only like there's a couple on the secondary hull in there, and I've noticed that they're really only on the top of the model. So they're not on the bottom, probably because they didn't think it was worth putting them on the bottom, I would imagine.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So we're going to try to get the camera to show where I'm going to be working. But we'll kind of have to do this a little bit at a time. That's why I asked, I made sure Ken was available to help me out, because I'm going to be kind of just trying to keep up with positioning the camera. And Ken's going to make sure that I'm not forgetting anybody in the chat.
Like Howard, because Howard's here.
Hey, Howard.
And he says, I just found out how Brent Spiner got into Star Trek, but he came as Bob Wheeler. I didn't know he was from Texas.
Okay, I need these windows right here. Yeah, I knew he had played Bob Wheeler on Night Court. All right, we're zooming in on that section right there.
All right.
And this is going to be, let's see, this is a 4x3 Greeble. So I have to find those on my sheets. They're 4x3 dots only. So I've got one of those.
Ricardo says, Bob Wheeler was from Yugoslavia. And he laughs.
Is that where the character was from?
That's what Ricardo seems to think. I can neither confirm or deny.
So this is the part. Well, it's not even a part. It's a piece of vinyl. And I apologize if the camera has a hard time focusing in on this. I've got to remove. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
I've got to remove all these little tiny dots. And I think they're just going to sit on my finger. And here's the thing. I have to do this twice for every single spot.
Yes, to double them up for thickness.
Yep. Otherwise, they'll get lost in the paint.
Howard said, well, he did the voice as a kid in Denny's Growing Up Up.
Oh, the voice of Bob Wheeler? Or whatever the character's name was?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. That would have been before, we had Denny's in Canada. We do now.
Yeah, we have a meeting there every so often for breakfast. And I noticed that they changed the All-American Slam to the All-Canadian.
Oh, okay.
So I just had to pull
Get
this
those
a little
little
bit closer so I could see what I was doing. Unfortunately, that means you guys can't see what I'm doing.
understandable. Ricardo says, in one episode of Night Court, they said they were from Yugoslavia just to make the judge deport them. Originally, they said they were from West Virginia.
I might need to grab a sharp number 11 blade.
Howard says, yes, I'll put the thing in Discord sci-fi. It's like a 6-minute video. He was asked about it.
Probably nice for him to get asked for something other than, how did you get the part of Data?
Yeah. What do you think Data was thinking in the episode 216?
I might have to ditch this cut and go with a different one. I can't get the circles out. I'm going to try to decircle before. So let me see. And no, wrong way. Wrong. Let me slide this down here. And slide this over here. And see if I can adjust this camera a little bit better here.
Howard says, well, apparently he was going to be a regular on Night Court, but Star Trek came up and he took that gig instead.
Okay. A regular. I wonder how that was going to work. I'm struggling to get these parts out.
All I can think is that's unfortunate for that actress who played his wife on Night Court then, because that made her miss out on becoming a regular as well on Night Court.
I'm sure she does not. What's the word I'm looking for? Blame him for taking the full-time Star Trek gig.
No, for sure. Howard says it's explained by him in the video. You'll have to go watch it, Andrew.
Yeah.
And Ricardo says the Wheelers had the greatest sad stories ever. Yes, they did.
And I'm pretty sure they came back for the new Night Court.
That's what I have heard. Yes, I never did see the new Night Court episodes.
I also heard that the guy that played Dan Fielding,
Yep, John Larroquette.
so also came back.
Yep, that's what I heard.
And I also heard that he dressed up as a Klingon
Oh, did he?
on the show.
Nice.
Kind of an homage to the part he played in Star Trek 3.
Yes. As the second in command or whatever on the Klingon bird of prey.
Crudge or Clug or...
Yeah.
All right, so I've got the piece pulled here. I'm going to move the ship this way. It's nice having it on the cutting mat.
Well, it certainly allows you to slide it around easier.
All right. So this is the area we're looking at. And I'm just referencing the exact location with the other Enterprise D here. And I've got the wrong location on camera.
Oh. Is it below the phaser strip or above?
It's right here.
Okay, that's where you're starting.
Let me check that that's right. That's right. It also happens to be an Aztec goes right through it. Like an Aztec goes right through it.
Yeah.
So now I have to weed the next one.
Yeah, a little bit shaky there.
Yeah, I hit the desk with my foot.
They almost look like what you see on aircraft with like strengthening panels, where it kind of holds two panels together a little stronger.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that they were added for generations. I do not think they would have been on the ship during the TV show.
No, yeah, not as high quality of detail for what you can capture.
Indeed. Where's that quote from?
Well, it sounds like Tuvok a lot.
Not Tuvok.
Well, Spock said indeed a lot.
Not a Star Trek character, actually.
Okay.
All right, so I've got another one here. And so I've got to line up the holes, the edges, and everything. And then it's double wide. There we go.
Or double thick, you mean?
Double thick, yes.
Yeah.
So let me go back to
Howard said, would they be access panels for certain, he says, entrances, or say something to help with the shields? Could be.
Howard, your guess is as good as ours. There it is.
Yeah, it looks good. You can see right through the holes, so it looks like you got it lined up really good.
Yeah. And of course, like this is a matter of maybe 4 millimeters by 5 millimeters or something like that.
Yeah.
If that. So. Although I've got little tiny, well, I've got little tiny
Not quite.
little
There
tiny
you go.
dots all over my finger.
There you go.
All right, let's choose another one. I'm going to choose.
Would it be easier to stack them together on your desk or whatever, and then place it in place?
No, it's easier to place the first one and then go from there.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go with. Let's zoom out. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Just see. You might not be able to see absolutely everything as well, but you're not going to miss what I'm doing.
Oh, well, now that we have an idea, I think that's kind of the,
So I need a 3x1.
I heard that.
You heard my chair?
Yeah. You're making it sound like Lego pieces now. I need a 3x1.
Got some on sheet. Well, they almost look like Legos.
A little bit reminiscent of it.
Like if you're looking at a Lego block from the bottom.
Yes.
Okay, tweezers I think are going to help. I'm going to be finding little white dots on me for days now.
Yeah. You'll have to scrub extra hard when you get in the shower.
Mm-hmm. How's the chat doing?
It's still sitting with Howard. So nothing new.
I'm not sure this sheet I cut today is going to do me very well.
Not cut through enough?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jody says, new comment.
Thanks, Jody. I know we don't really have riveting content tonight. Although I guess we never have riveting content because I'm not a shipbuilding.
No, you're having paneling content right now. You're having a panel right now?
Uh-huh. Am I hosting a panel? As long as I'm not having a panel attack.
Yeah.
This one's going to go right about here, right above the phaser array. Oh. There we go. I have to get a duplicate for it now. Could you see where I placed that?
Yes, yep, we can see that one. right beside the phaser strip.
Good, good, good. Whole wheat shreddies. There's something the Americans don't have.
Yes.
Shreddies. Anytime we went down to Maine to visit my dad's brother and his wife, we had to take with us a few things that they can't get down there, and one of them was shreddies.
I like shreddies. Shreddies are good.
There we go. That one's been successfully doubled up.
For those of you who don't know, shreddies are a cereal, kind of square, little kind of woven wheat shapes, or squares.
Gonna need another basically exactly the same. I remember getting Star Trek ships in my shreddies box.
Yeah, I remember getting toys in the shreddies box too.
There was the Enterprise D. There was a Romulan ship, a Klingon bird of prey, and a Ferengi ship.
There you go. That's cool. Jody says 14 viewers and not enough likes. Get on that button, kids. There's no shreddies. Boo. And Dennis is here. Hey, Dennis, he says, you have the patience of a Shaolin monk.
I'm not sure what kind of a monk that is, but sure.
I think you usually see Shaolin monks in like those older kung fu movies and stuff.
So they're the ones that sing "Everybody Loves Kung Fu Fighting."
That's the ones.
Getting these things, like getting good cuts on these, are so hard because they're so tiny.
Yeah. I've noticed that too when using the mass design masks. Some of the really small stuff doesn't necessarily come off as easily as the larger stuff.
Well, and that's why some people shy away from doing some of the smaller masking set stuff.
Yeah.
There we go. That one's been doubled up. Okay. Oh, we got an easy one to do. I need this window right here. And we're going to lay down squares.
Nice. So no holes.
Nope. Just a nice square, which I'm pretty sure I doubled up as well.
Oh, that's bigger than I thought the square was going to be.
Yeah, there's some larger size squares. There we go. I almost missed that one on the ship because it blends in so well. I'm just looking on the... Oops.
Oops.
Oops, I put the wrong design on here.
Oh. Can that be salvaged and put somewhere else?
Probably.
Well, that's good.
I might be able to do it as a whole here, if I'm careful. There we go. Let me figure out where the next 3x1 goes. Okay. So there's a singular window right here. And so it goes right below it, along the phaser strip. It's right there. Okay. And then the one that we need to replace that is a 1 and a slot. A 1 and a slot. Which I have some ones and slots here.
Do the slots cut out easier than the holes?
We'll see. Depends on how well the whole thing's been cut. It's almost like the letter I. It goes right here. Basically straight up the grid line that would be here. There we go. So I don't know if you can see that. Probably not.
We can see it.
Well, you probably can't see the detail.
That we cannot. Okay, there we have it.
Whereas that's 3 dots. That's a dot and a slot. Interesting little details.
So was the slot easier there to remove?
Quicker. I need another one now, though. Dot and slot. I wish I had a way to show everything on camera.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if, if I could control your camera or something.
Yeah. Or if I had multiple cameras.
Yeah, true.
From multiple different viewpoints. And a production team on site.
Yeah.
Alas, I'm a few things short of having all of that stuff. By a few things, I mean...
Oh, your face cam just went black.
Oh, did it? Oh, I know why.
Is it not plugged in?
I forgot to plug it in.
Ah, that'll do it.
It's been running. It's been trying to run on battery. One moment, please, while I fix that. Chat amongst yourselves.
Yes, it's still on Denny saying that you have the patience of a Shaolin monk. There we go. You're back.
And now I'm front.
Yes, you are.
Let me get a little bit of tea here. Yeah, so all these little greeble things, I never noticed until I really started doing a deep dive on the studio model.
I see that round 2 just announced the Enterprise E's release here on their latest monthly YouTube show.
They did.
So you'll be able to get a couple more to add to your stash, because that seems to be a popular kit for you to produce, or at least in the past it has been.
So I'm just going into my YouTube Live studio here for a moment.
Okay.
And I'm just checking something here. All right. Going to take a quick break here. We're going to I'm going to fill up my tea. We're going to run a commercial, and then we'll keep going. This is a new feature. I'm trying it out so that it doesn't do automatic ads. So hopefully nobody has received an automatic ad. Hopefully nobody has received an automatic ad yet tonight. If you have, let me know, because that should not be happening. But we're going to try the manual thing. That way I can control when it happens and it's not irritating people missing out on content. So let's try this out, and then we'll continue with our content. And now I'm curious if it's running an ad or not.
I guess we'll find out.
Somebody's going to have to tell me.
Some people may have YouTube Premium and not get ads at all.
Or something like that.
Jody says, I get ads on my phone, but not on the TV.
Yeah. Did anybody get an ad there? I'm just curious. Because I'm not sure if it worked or not. It's all just trying things, because I want to try to avoid advertisements cutting into content.
Yes, because I know before I had YouTube Premium, there'd be times where you'd start talking about a subject, and then it would go straight to ads.
Oh,
there we go. Keith said you did.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that's less intrusive. So if I do that just a couple times during the stream, it'll make YouTube happy, and it won't cut things off. So we're going to try that. See how that goes. But because I was worried about, well, I was trying to figure out whether it happened or not, I didn't pour myself some new tea. So I'm doing that right now. I wanted to go a little bit bigger on the cup tonight. So I've got the Vulcan-eared science officer tea mug tonight.
Oh, Richard is here, and he says, I got an ad. Well, hello, Richard.
Welcome. Yeah, just trying to experiment to see if I can control when they go in so that we're not blocking content with an ad. We're still making YouTube happy, but we're not doing it in a way that is irritating to people, because we don't want to be irritated.
Right, and Blair says he had no ads.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know, Blair, if you have YouTube Premium or...
All right. I have a section of masks here that go on the front. And they go just starboard of center above the center window.
Jody says, I watch on my TV, but I use my phone for comments like this one. This comment right here. All right, Jody. Blair says, yeah, he's got premium. He hates ads. Yeah.
Interesting.
What are you finding out?
The windows on this kit are a little bit different than the other kit.
Really? Wow.
They mustn't have printed properly on the first one. 2111112. Two one one two one one two. Yeah. So the other kit has a missing window.
Interesting. It's like having twins, but one of them's got an extra, I don't know, mole or something.
Mm-hmm. So this is an interesting one.
And Jody says, get the drill out. It's okay, Jody. One of them's not the Enterprise, so it's okay.
I mean, not that the windows are exactly overly accurate on this kit.
More representative.
Yeah. And they really didn't want to fix that with the second version of the kit.
Well, I hope my Excelsior is accurate. If it's not, it still looks really good to me.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about that kit too, is you don't have to drill out the windows.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that build.
Oh, me too.
I'm really looking forward to trying out my window idea on that build.
Yeah, little light boxes.
Yeah, so that you can set it up so that individual cabins, like the lights are turning on and off in individual cabins.
Yeah.
I think that's going to look so cool and just give it that little bit of life, right?
Oh, exactly. So it doesn't look as static.
Exactly.
Jody says, a crew member chose to have the window covered over. Space motion sickness.
Yeah. Something like that. The challenge with the Excelsior is going to be that paint job.
Yes.
Done right, it's going to look absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean, even you just look at that blue ring in the, on the saucer, like underneath and everything. That's all Aztec in there.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping. What's his name there? Can do a set of masks for us.
So Hagen's not going to do the masks for us.
Oh.
We're going to modify his masks for our kits,
Okay.
and then I will cut them.
Blair's asking me what Reliant am I building? I'm just building the 1/532nd Reliant.
Which is really the only one that's reliably available.
Right. It's the new one that doesn't have any windows drilled in it. So I've taken from Will over at the Ensign's Chair. He has designed a whole bunch of aftermarket, and now he's kind of given it over to Cass at Lake Monster Details, and Cass is slowly bringing them out, and you can start to buy some of those extra details to up detail the kit, like all the window panels and then window boxes, more detailed impulse engine, all that kind of stuff. So it's a buddy build with Jordan at Aligning the Stars.
Yeah, and if you take on that project, you really need to get the aftermarket parts for it.
Yeah, and for us, it's kind of been a slow build right now because at times we've had to slow down because we're waiting for more parts to come out. So, because we'll start working on it, and then Will would be like, "Oh, I've now done an extra detailed part for this," and we'd be like, "Okay, so we'll slow down and wait for that." And then if when Cass's 3D printer stopped working, Will himself sent us some of the parts, which was amazing, and great thanks to Will for that. Blair says killer. Yeah, I mean it's now basically become one of the most detailed Reliant kits you can get right now, doing it that way, because you're basically replacing half the ship.
Thanks to the work that Will at the Ensign's Chair has done.
Yes.
In cooperation with Cass.
Yeah.
At Lake Monster Details.
Yeah, because Cass already had a few things already, like the updated bridge and B deck, like the AB deck, and then he also had the warp nacelle chiller grills.
I wanted to mention, and I'm going to mention it many times over the next little while, just so that it gets out to everybody who wants to know about it. The aftermarket parts from Spaceways are back. So, the aftermarket parts I use on the 1400 Enterprise E are available again. And
nice.
The bridge and conference room insert for this kit are back again. So if anybody wants that, I can send them the link to that store, and I'll be posting that. I've already posted it on the HTM Discord in general.
Yes, and yeah, because I know I want to eventually do an E for myself as well, and it would be nice to have more accurized parts.
And with the E kit coming back out, it's great that those parts are available again.
Yeah, like I know I can see myself buying at least 2 of those kits.
The part I always use, because I can some of the other stuff I can make it good myself.
Right.
But what I always use on the 1400 E kits is the deflector housing.
Okay.
Because the one that comes with the kit is just completely and totally wrong.
Keith's heading off to bed. He says, night all.
Have a good night, Keith. Thanks for watching and participating. All right, we skip a little bit and then we move over a bit more. These greebles are also not exactly symmetrical.
Blair says, yeah, I have a set here for the details for size are insane. He means for that size are insane. For the Enterprise E, I'm assuming you mean? Or do you mean the D 650D for like the interior parts, like the bridge and the conference room.
Well, I think he got a set of bridge and conference room included with the copy of the kit he got.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what you're talking about, Blair?
Although I've got to tell you, Blair, given that the updated version is going to be available for the D, I don't know if I would build the non-updated version again. I need to get up higher so I can see across the other side. I think you guys can kind of see me moving around in the face cam, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
We see you going back and forth between the two ships.
Okay. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right there, I think. The oh, and you can't see you can't see that side.
We can we can see where that one was placed.
One moment, please. I'll adjust the camera. There we go. Yeah, it's I would like if building these again, I would definitely want to go with the newer version that includes the armature, because that was a brute to do.
Right. And that was one of the things, the 537 scale Enterprise refit and Reliant were also, I think, at one time called the 650 scale. But it's more the TOS, I think, original boxing that was the 650. If I'm right, if I'm not incorrect, does that sound right, Andrew?
I'm not sure, but you know what? Some of these model companies have really messed up their listed scalings.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a photo that was just sent to me. I'm going to quickly check it out here. One moment, please. Blair sent me a photo.
Oh, Blair, that's inappropriate. It's a Star Wars model.
Yeah, it's the
Conference room and bridge.
Yeah, let me. Oh, I'm hoping I saved my. Oh, I did save it. There we go. That's the picture he sent.
Nice. So that was included with the kit for him now.
Yeah. So
nice.
With it still fastened back to back.
Right.
So, yep.
Yeah, Jody said, I think I heard someone say 537 and 650 are the same size. Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard as well.
Yeah, so that's what Blair's showing me is the Spaceways part for the 650 Enterprise D.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what's in your kit there, Blair. And you can see it when you look inside.
Jody says, different companies define them differently.
Yeah, well, the same companies have changed the listed scaling over the years.
Bird of prey.
Yeah, well, the bird of prey
has been 650. It's been 350.
Yeah, but Star Trek's messed with the size of that over the years.
That's true.
I can't blame AMT for that one.
No, say, oh, now it's 650 or it's 350, so you can fit it with either set of ships, technically.
What I hated was the multi-scaling that they did with the adversary set.
Right.
None of the ships that are in the same set are in scale with each other.
No, that would have been nice if they were. But the Romulan bird of prey, or that Romulan bird of, no, what was the Romulan ship called? Deerdex. The Deerdex or whatever. That thing is huge.
It is.
And I think the other ships they had in there was the Ferengi Marauder and the Klingon bird of prey. Is that right?
They were.
Yeah.
In fact, if you buy the Romulan, the Deerdex class model, which is only available on its own now, it still comes, the clear sprue still has the clear parts for the Ferengi ship on it, and it confuses people all the time.
Yeah, I bet it would.
Because they can't figure out where those parts are supposed to go.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one of the 3x1s off so easy, like D-circled so easily that time.
Yeah, I think the 1/1000 scale is a good scale to kind of be able to do the fleet in, for model kits. It is big for the D, a 1/1000 still, but
the 1000 scale is not that big.
Yeah, but at least it's not a 650. But I mean, it's big compared to the other 1/1000, like the refit/A.
I thought it was big until this one.
Well, yeah.
All right, the next one I need is a dot and slot, but it goes the other way around.
But it would be nice if they did a 1/1000 actual like plastic kit release.
It'd be nice to have 1000 scale, like 1000 scale Enterprise E would be a really nice size.
Yes.
Be a nice size to display, wouldn't be too big.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, I want to build the 650E at some point, but
right.
That was always like my kit I always wanted.
Jody says it's like the 1000 scale Excelsior. It has the clear parts for the B on the sprue. Is very easily confused.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gordon says, what's the difference between the 537 Reliant old one and the re-released one? So the main thing is just the main hull for the main saucer area is thickened up a little bit. They don't have any windows in there, kind of like they had the window shapes in there and that stepped pattern on the sides. If you had that old kit, that's now been flattened. No real change to the nacelles or the roll bar / weapons area. I think that's pretty much it.
So what was the question?
Gordon's asking what was the difference between the 537 Reliant old one and the revised one.
So the saucer has been thickened up on it.
Yeah. And then they got rid of that stepped kind of window form thing on the sides.
So on the one side, it looked like an I. On this side, it's more like an exclamation mark.
Although, if you have the older one, Gordon, and say you wanted to update it with the resin parts, I think you'd still be able to do it with the older kit. The windows, you would just have to sand down the resin windows a little thinner to fit in on the saucer, because the saucer part is where you're going to notice how it's thinner. because I've still got one of those kits, and I still plan on some at some point using it.
What, the old one?
Yep. I got it. I might as well build it, right?
Yep.
I don't think I would go in depth as much as I am with this one.
As in like for video content.
Yeah.
Or do you mean for the build as a whole?
A little bit of both. Well, I mean, yeah. If I was to do it as a video content, it would be less, because I think you could get all the parts you want right away. But I might not go as hardcore with the lighting either. I may not do actual warp nacelles that you see coming on, because you never see it come on in the movie.
Well, that's only because we never saw it go to warp in the movie.
That's right. Well, Jody says, build something unique with it, Ken. Do a Jody, do it, Ken. That's what Howard says. I could. I mean, technically, even just something simple like where you don't use the roll bar part and some of the modified Reliant types. There's one where it's more next gen, where everything's the same except for where the roll bar would be. It's more like a weapons pod coming up centered to the rear.
Well, they when they removed the roll bar on Next Generation, it was because the roll bar wasn't working, the lighting wasn't working, so they just removed it.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a 1x2. 1x2.
There you go. See, I thought, or I could even just do it as like a Saratoga.
Yeah.
And then not have the red lights in the bridge section, have it more, just the white lights.
Well, if you did it like the Saratoga, you could just not light the whole thing and pretend that the probe
the whale probe just
came by.
Yeah. And that they're trying to rig up a solar sail. Jody says, make it a hammerhead on the front where it can slam into other ships. Where the Reliant was actually supposed to be like a carrier ship, like carried a lot of fighters.
I think the Reliant, although it looked smaller on screen, I think it had more internal volume than the Connie.
Okay. I could also do it like more like the original plan was, where you flip the nacelles so the nacelles are above the saucer.
Mm-hmm.
Jody says he sent me a picture. I'll take a look. Oh, yeah, that.
I wonder how many people.
I recognize us from the FASA games.
I wonder how many people building this are going to try to do these little greebles.
Probably not many. Unless they're big, Canadian Starships fans.
Okay. The teeny tiny one there.
Jody says he's seen a few of the nacelle up ones. They look cool. Howard's asking why that one spot on the phasers is dark.
One spot on the phasers is dark.
Yep, on the port side.
Oh, on the very end?
Shuttle bay, yeah.
Probably because it went too... Well, the ends don't necessarily have the lights in them.
Yeah, right there's, really dark.
All right, I need a 2x3. Not a 2x4, but a 2x3.
Oh, there you go. Jody says, I've never seen anyone else build those besides Lou and Phil.
And they I don't think they did these greebles.
No, I don't think they did either. And they put theirs out pretty quick. So I don't think...
they like to build fast and move on to the next thing.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Not to say they do bad work, but, you know, I think you're more...
I've got young kids in the house.
Yeah, and you're probably a little bit more detail oriented. Because obviously with the small greebles and stuff.
Yeah, the big thing is though is I've got the kids in the house.
True. And they're retired, those two.
Yeah.
So I mean, they well, I mean, you look at Lou. I mean, he does pretty much every day of the week is doing content. So
yeah, you can move along pretty quickly when it's the only thing that you're having to do.
Yes.
This whole fall, it's been a struggle to get in the shop to get any work done.
And Jody says theirs weren't for clients either.
Sorry, what was that?
Jody said theirs weren't for clients either.
Yeah.
And Jody says when it's for yourself, you might say good enough. Yeah, especially if you're not trying to impress anyone, really. Jody says, if I'm making something for someone else, I do the best I possibly can.
Sorry, just focusing. There we go.
Alan Kelly is here. He says, evening, guys.
How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're applying teeny tiny greeble details.
In layers.
Yes, we're doing everything twice.
Because twice is nice. Hope you're doing well, Ellen.
It's a little bit easier this time around because I've got a good reference on hand for where everything is supposed to go.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you got the other ship. It's easier than probably trying to search through a bunch of photos and find it.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I had to do the first time.
Exactly.
So last one for the saucer is going on here. And it is...
That's exciting.
I slot I. So it's a dot slot, then just a longer slot, and then another dot slot. And I found those ones right here.
Howard says, what I feel like Andrew is trying to swear, but he's trying to do it in a good way.
There we go.
Jody's asking, Andrew, have you ever thought about creating a unique starship of your own design?
Thought about it, but then I have to design something. And the problem is my brain keeps going to just kit pashing designs that I already like. Essentially. So dots go towards port. And we're laying it down approximately right here. There we go. Did you see that one?
I saw that one.
Now I just need to get its companion, and then we're done with the saucer. I'm going to move to the neck.
Are there many on the front side of the neck, or just mostly the back side?
Mostly the back side.
Okay.
It's interesting where they chose to put these things and where they chose not to.
I think it's based on what's ever going to get the most screen time.
Probably. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna try a different sheet for these ones. Getting some of these to come cleanly is a challenge in and of itself. They're just such small little details. They're also the little pieces of vinyl are so fragile too. So if they don't come cleanly off the backing.
Blair says, Andrew, I'm working on the same base concepts for mounting. What would you estimate the 1-inch tube angle is? I've noticed at Wonderfest last year, it's tilted slightly due to its weight of saucer.
Yes. So what was the question again? Sorry?
He says, I'm working on the same base concept for mounting. What would you estimate the 1-inch tube angle is?
I would have to measure that. But it's for mounting purposes, it's probably easier to mount it plumb and then shim it in the base. Because to try to get the right angle to counter that in the actual piece itself is going to be a nightmare. All right. I'm going to try to flip this thing around.
All right. Jody says, that's how I draw my designs. I see an element I like and approximate it with my own twist. I just throw a bag of parts in my mind and see what lines up.
All right. I'm going to flip this thing around so that we can work on the neck. I'm going to make YouTube happy here for a moment. So, oh, did I get that stuck on there? Oops.
Is it stuck on you?
It came back to me.
Oh.
So let me get this back on there first. Okay. All right.
There you go.
So we're gonna make YouTube here happy for a moment. So let me, I'll get my tea refilled, and then we'll flip this thing around and do the neck.
Okay.
So now for a commercial break.
All right, I'll be right back.
Again, I'm not sure if that's working. You guys can tell me. Let's see. Howard says, the D said, it's not me, it's you. Blair says, some base ideas I meant. Well, let me review what you said. You said, Andrew, I'm working on same base concepts for mounting. Some base concepts for mounting. Got it. What would you estimate the 1-inch tube angle is? Yeah. I can see about measuring that when I get a chance, Blair.
All right, I'm back.
Jody says that's much better than being interrupted. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So just giving it a try and seeing if it'll make YouTube happy yet not interrupt us unexpectedly. Because you know, it's there's nothing worse than talking about something and then you're just getting to the important point and commercial, right? So anyway, I've refilled my tea, Earl Grey hot. We're going to flip this thing around. The nice thing is I can flip it around on the cutting mat, and I feel quite secure and safe doing it this way.
Blair says no worries. And Jody says it makes me happy. Well, if it makes you happy.
It makes you happy. Because you're so happy do. Question is what is it that makes him happy?
I think the commercial thing.
The commercial thing? Is it flipping the Enterprise D around? What is it that makes him happy?
Well, that was up there before you started saying anything about flipping the Enterprise around.
All right. We're going to go with the little doohickeys under the shuttle bays now.
Howard says he had to tear apart part of his SAS Jeep because he had boo-booed and now it fits correctly. That's the one of the parts works he's working on.
You know, I'm with Jody. I would not want to have to wait around for parts to come. I really need to oil this seat. When I first saw that they were doing the part works for the Enterprise D, it's kind of the first time I'd heard about the part works thing.
Yep.
And I totally thought it sounded very scammy.
I know you can do, like a lot of these, you can just buy right out and they just send you the whole thing. And I think that's just for the ones that have been around for a while and stuff. Like I think Howard has the entire Jeep. Jody says the ad break, it's nostalgia as well. And now a quick word from today's sponsor.
After these messages, we'll be right back. So the parts, the details I'm putting on right now, these ones on the back of the neck.
Yep.
My understanding is that they're actually molding them into the next version of the kit.
Well, that's nice.
So next version of the kit, there's just going to be less work to do.
Matthew's here. He says, got to be an opportunity for a tea company in there somewhere.
For what company?
A tea company.
A tea company?
Yeah, to do ads.
Oh, ha. Drink tea, Earl Grey, hot. When I'm looking for tea, I ask the replicator for tea, Earl Grey, hot. Now, if I was working on Voyager, I'd be saying coffee, the greatest organic coffee, the greatest organic suspension known to man.
Howard says, I buy it outright and hope I get it all the right parts. I have the whole Jeep Willys, but only SAS Jeep to pack 4 of 12. They haven't released any yet.
There we go. One shuttle bay done.
And Jody says, hi, I'm an astronaut, and I'm out here in space to tell you about.
So yeah, I should be getting Aztecs on this week.
Oh, nice. And you're going to do a content video on that?
Yeah.
Matthew says, Greebles and tea.
It's kind of nice I was able to add these greebles using vinyl I've been able to cut right here in the shop.
And Jody's agreeing with him with what Matthew said, Greebles and tea.
I think the ship being in its base color is the ugliest stage.
Yeah. Makes it look really toy-like.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a sheen to it. It's a satin finish. Yeah. And also it's highlighting some imperfections in the model that will be hidden once the Aztec pattern goes on. So this is probably about the ugliest stage of the model.
And Jody says that's a good name for a coffee shop / model club. Greebles and tea.
Greebles and tea, yeah. All right, I've got 2 squares to add. And they're level with the bottom of the shuttle bay. One goes here. Oh, Blair sent me another picture. I get a notification on my phone, on my watch when he sends something through.
Nice.
He sent 2 pictures. Nope, and a message. Apparently, he played with new 3D printer. I'll have to check those pictures here in a moment. Once I get these squares on. Yeah, so I think choosing when you run an ad is probably the way to go, because it's nice to have a bit of a break in the stream too, so you can do your business while you do your business.
Matthew says a dedication for the captain's yacht on this build. The Greebles and tea.
All right. I'm just pulling up Facebook here to check. Oh. This is what he's sent me.
Oh, cool.
He's playing with his 3D printer.
That's cool.
There's his Voyager in the background. Cool. Which type of 3D printing is that, Blair?
Is that filament or is that resin? Jody says, oh, I'm glad you were here with me tonight, Ken. I was confused with my wires. Well, I hope I wasn't part of the confusion.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's a filament print. But it's hard to tell from the picture. But Blair is going to clarify for us. Right? Right?
Right.
We're waiting.
He's typing. There we go. Bamboo H2D. I did a 5-inch R2D2 with PLA mat.
Yeah. Cool. All right, what's next on this? We've got 2 of those ILIs. Or at least that's what I'm calling them.
Gordon says, so is that blue the base coat that the Aztecs go over?
Yes.
And Jody agrees. Yes, Gordon.
Although there's a seam I'm just seeing that looks like it's going to need a little bit of attention on the nacelle. Thing is as you're working on it, the more you look at it, the more things you find that need work on it.
And Blair said, and just doing decals tonight on Voyager. What a pain.
Gotta love decal land. Although I paint a lot of things most people would decal.
No, you do, yes. Unless he's talking about the registration marks and stuff. Like all the registry and stuff. That's usually done by decals. Although I do have some masking for, is it the 6? No. Yeah, I think it's the 600 scale TOS Enterprise from Revell. I think I have the registry masks for that.
Well, let me grab this. I did a quick proof of concept. And I just did it quick, so there is some bleed. And I didn't do all the sealant coats I would do.
Right.
Because I was just looking to get a quick proof of concept.
Yeah, that looked. You showed us that before, and that looked great.
So, like the O has some leakage. The D does. But like, take a look at this C. Look how nice and clean and crisp that C is.
Yeah, and then that way you get no decal film carrying film or whatever.
So, I mean, it's tempting, but you have to be so very careful.
Yeah. Whereas at least with the TOS ship, it's just one straight color.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just, and the proof of concept on the
escape pods,
which is how I'm going to do them.
Nice.
So it's a combination of paint. So the base color and the gray color are painted. And then it's just the black outline and the red stripe that are decal. So it's a combination of paint and decal, and that's how I'm going to do it. Because I think it looks so much more well defined than even the decals from Keith. And then I can individually number them the way I want to.
Yeah, Jody said, "Didn't you paint the registry for the first ship?" And then you showed that, and he said, "Oh, right."
Yeah, no, all I did was the proof of concept.
Right.
And like I said, I just whipped up the proof of concept really quickly. I wasn't going for quality on it, because I just wanted to see if it was feasible.
Well, there you go. I think it turned out good.
Give me a second, and let me get this Greeble on.
Tony says, 2 character models after a month break, and my mind is melted. Doing 4 more tomorrow. Well, I'll take it easy there, Tony.
Character models.
Don't overdo it. Don't melt your mind too much. You need it.
I'm assuming he's like referring to like figures or something.
Yeah, I think he does a lot of like Warhammer type figures.
I wouldn't know where to start with that stuff. Like with the painting, the organics or
like it depends. Like if you're doing Space Marines, a lot of it's just get their guys in completely sealed armor.
Yeah, but people are doing like faces and stuff. Like,
yeah, true enough.
That is
to start with, I would to someone I would say, yeah, do like a Space Marine where you don't have any faces, just because the helmet's just, like eye lenses
in the dark, 2 moons.
Yeah, and they'd be like either glowing red or green or blue or that sort of thing.
Eyes in the dark.
Oh, and then he sent some images on to in Discord. Looking good. Looks like some Chaos Warriors. Those look great.
Where does this go and which way does it go?
Jody says,
up.
He says you start at the hammer for Warhammer.
Under the second row of windows. Right there.
All right, it's 10:02. I don't know if you're going to go stop on the hour or if you're going to keep going.
Well, as much as I'd like to keep going, I have to be in early tomorrow morning.
All right.
And it's been quite the week with sick kids. So
I can imagine.
Yeah. So I will have to end around my normal time at the very least.
All right.
Which means I'm not going to get all of the greebles done tonight. But that's okay.
Well, then the next episode could be greebles and masking.
No, hopefully I'll get the greebles done. Well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's a busy day. But Monday. And then there's a few things, as I've been doing the greebles, there's a few things that I've noticed that need a little bit of attention. So I think Monday is going to be cleaning up those things that need just a little bit of TLC. And then maybe Tuesday, I'll be able to start with the Aztecs, which is arguably my favorite part, is getting into the final painting stages.
Tony says, I'm most happy with the chrome and the fire effects. Starting to look like effects and not a paint mishmash.
So there was something I was going to grab or check or look for based on somebody's comment. And I'm not remembering what that was.
See, so we had Gordon with the blue base coat, decals, Witcher.
Decals, that's what it was. Got it. Although I'm not sure where they are.
And Howard says, give those kids some Jim Beam. That will clear those sickness.
So I'm just looking to see if I can find my, here they are. Found them. Okay, so for comparison, I actually have Keith gave me an extra set of the default masks. These are the escape pod hatches, but I like what I've R&D'd a little bit better.
Right.
I mean, the others aren't bad. Mine just the way, but the way I'm looking at doing it with the paint makes it just a little bit clearer. And then here, I need to
move the camera a bit, or the cutting mat, or something?
Let's see. Let's put the sharp item over there so it doesn't fall off and land pointy bit on my foot. Oh, I am wearing shoes.
Still would hurt.
All right. So there's the decal.
The two different colors for the registry.
Yeah, depending on which one you want to use. Because it is actually in blue on the model. And then there's the paint.
Yeah. If you can get away with it, I'd say paint, because just the finish on it.
Yeah.
If a person isn't confident with those abilities, there's nothing wrong with using the decals.
But we'll see. But I'm definitely going. I mean, I'm using a ton of these decals, but there's what am I trying to say? There's the escape pods that I'm definitely going to paint
Right.
those colors and then use my own more clear decals on top.
Yep.
But that's just my preference, because you're going to be you'll be able to see those escape hatch details far better doing it that way. But the decals from Keith are really good. So looking forward to doing all of that. What was I doing again? Oh yeah. Let's flip her around again. So easy doing this with the mat, and the rolly table really helps me do this so much better.
Howard's saying, I'm wondering if the NX01 masks I got from Helios has any registration masks.
They wouldn't have any masks.
You're probably gonna have to look for decals, then, I guess, for the registry then.
Well, they probably have a registry decal. If they provided decals at all, then they would have registry. There aren't any decals. At least I don't think there's any decals provided with the Excelsior. Do you have decals?
Not yet. All I
No
got
decals.
is the outer shell and the inner frame.
No decals sent with the armature?
I didn't see any.
Okay.
I'll have to double check the box, though. I just kind of opened the box, looked inside, and said, "Oh, there's metal parts." Yeah, Matthew says, "Vinyl cutter your own masks."
Yep. That's what I've done with this project. For these and for the windows. And if I do the main registry, like I wouldn't do all the registries painted, but if I was to do the main registry painted, I'm cutting my own masks for it. I'll get this last greeble part on before we finish tonight.
All right.
That's going to be most of the ones on the neck done. And then there's just a few on the secondary hull. So we've managed to get most of them done. But I'm very anxious to get to the paint on this. Not anxious enough to rush it.
Yeah.
But
Howard says, well, I will definitely need help for NX01 and the Excelsior.
well, any assets I'm able to produce for the Excelsior, I'll be happy to pass those along to you. I'm quite happy to share any of the assets I'm able to produce for these things. As long as it's my own work, I'm quite happy to share. I just can't always share other people's work.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, something's buzzing.
Howard says, yes, but mine are smaller versions, so I have to, it has to be reduced.
Oh, if you've done the smaller Excelsior, then we might be able to get you the appropriate stuff from Hagen, because Hagen also did the smaller one. I'm going to have to upsize Hagen's stuff for mine. This last one is just giving me grief.
But did he do it as the Excelsior or the B?
I think he did Excelsior. Something's going on with you there, audio-wise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is this any better?
Well, it went to this weird buzz.
Oh.
And the first time I heard it, I actually heard my voice coming back through your mic as well.
Well, that's odd.
If the stream is extended because I can't get another Greeble off of the vinyl here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going into overtime. Sudden death overtime.
This one is better. And I'm scoring the edges of the mask itself so it comes off of the sheet better. There we go. Got it.
Get it, got it, good.
As long as nothing happens badly with the application here. There we go. All right. I'm just going to check
Right
to see
on.
anything else on the neck I need to worry about. No, that's it for the neck greebles. And there's just some of the dot slots going down the side of the secondary hull. And those I will do tomorrow. All right.
So we are all caught up on comments at this point?
Perfect. Well, we are going to call it a night there. We are 3 minutes into overtime. That's okay. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the stream, enjoyed me putting teeny tiny pieces of vinyl onto a tiny bottle. But thank you guys for joining. Hope that you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that you hit the like button. If you're new to my channel or you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button. You'll make me very happy if you do. But for now, my name is Andrew. This is Canadian Starships. Your producer tonight has been Ken. Have a great night, everyone.
Take care.